Hi all! A couple of weeks ago we did a company valuation on Nvidia, then we compared it to the biggest technical companies in the world and we arrived at the fair price of the company, and the fair price was around 160. The Nvidia's price then was around 120. A lot of things had happened since then. First of all, Nvidia climbed from 120 to about 140 and then went back a little bit. A lot of news came out. Analysts just went crazy and decided they need to update their estimation of the stock. Pretty much everyone in the world just decided that AI is a bubble, Nvidia is overvalued, and you need to dump the stock right now. So today I want to talk about these things. Is Nvidia overvalued? Is AI a bubble? We will take a look at recent news regarding Nvidia and how these news will be related to companies' valuation. And at the end, I would like to take a look at more recent target estimations of various analysts regarding Nvidia stock. So let's start with the claim that Nvidia is overvalued. These articles are just everywhere. So Nvidia became the most valuable company in the world, surpassing Microsoft. Well done for them. And now everyone thinks that Nvidia is overvalued and the whole AI is a bubble. I read a bunch of these articles and they all have pretty much the same thing. They are taking Nvidia's price to earnings, which is around 77, high 70s, I would say. And they're saying the company cannot sustain such a high PE ratio. They are comparing Nvidia's PE ratio to Apple, for example, or to Microsoft and saying that Nvidia is hugely overvalued. As I said in our previous video, by the way, if you haven't seen the valuation video of Nvidia, go and watch it because we explained all of our rationale, how we evaluated the company. So one thing which all these valuations are missing is the growth. Think about it. Why would anyone, for some reason, buy a stock which has a PE of 100 and not to buy a stock which has a PE of, for example, 10? And the answer is always the same. It's the growth, because stocks which have PE of 100, the expectancy that these companies will grow at an amazing pace over the couple of years, and the PE will gradually come down because the earnings will grow. Now take a look at, for example, Apple, Microsoft, and Nvidia. Apple and Microsoft are not supposed to grow very much in the next couple of years. For Nvidia, analysts are expecting that they will grow about 43% annually over the next 5 years. So if we take the PEG ratio we've talked about in the previous video, basically the PE ratio, which is divided by the growth of the company, if we're taking the PEG ratio, you will find that Nvidia is actually undervalued relative to the biggest technological companies of today. By the way, if you have found this information useful, you like our channel, put a like on this video, subscribe to our channel, just so you won't miss our next video. That way I can, for example, update you when I'm buying new stock or selling new stock, or we just change our mind about estimations of various companies. So the most recent news that came out is that xAI, Elon Musk's company, are going to build this mega computer, basically the new home for Grok. If you don't know what Grok is, basically Grok is another version of ChatGPT, and the Grok will be hosted on new mega computer, which Musk of course called Giga something. He called it Giga Factory of Compute. This new computer will be developed with Dell, Nvidia, and SMCI. By the way, SMCI also, we did the video on them and explained why we think this company is essential to the whole AI thing which is happening right now. Funny fact, actually, when we did the video on SMCI, we got so impressed with companies' valuation and their books that we actually went and bought SMCI stocks. So there you go. Now we're holding SMCI stock. If you want to take a look at our valuation and what we found out about the company and all the estimation, the link should be around here. Just go and press it in a new tab and watch it later. So this new supercomputer by xAI will be hosting around 100,000 H100s, this super awesome cool GPUs by Nvidia, which will make it about 4 times more powerful than the largest GPU cluster than we have right now. Now, one thing I wanted to say about AI being a bubble and just the growth of AI. First of all, the growth of AI is not slowing down, it's actually accelerating. Second of all, just think about it for a second. We all know that AI is the next big thing and everyone's preparing for it. But how much actually AI related stuff is surrounding you in your day-to-day life? Most of us are using ChatGPT, some of us are using Alexa. That is pretty much it. So AI applications are numerous and we haven't seen anything in our day-to-day life and in AI's commercial application. And Nvidia is a crucial part of this AI development. We haven't seen AI development, for example, in finance, in healthcare, in manufacturing, in various things, which we will see in about 5 to 10 years. And again, Nvidia has a long way to go there and a long way to grow there. So in general, we don't think AI right now is being in a bubble. We think it might be a bubble in a couple of years. And let's take a look at how Nvidia is being valued by various analysts. As I've said in the previous video, and I will reiterate right now, if you want to take a look at some analyst expectation, never look at just one, because their numbers don't mean much, but you can take just a bunch of analysts and look at their target price kind of on average, or just looking at the maximum minimum, and you will understand how the company is viewed or valued in the future. So most recently, a couple of analysts from various investment houses has updated their expectation of where Nvidia stock will be in the near future. And actually, it's quite fascinating. Stifel has updated their expectation, their target price from $114 to $165, which is pretty cool if you think about it, because it means that Nvidia has around 20-25% more to grow, so another almost $1 trillion. Tiger Financial updated to 170, which is even more. Wells Fargo actually had their estimation at 125. Now Nvidia is at 125, so they updated to 155, which is pretty much where our expectation of the stock are. Just to remind you, we had our eyes on 160 for now, but the most interesting came from Rosenblatt Securities, which had their target price of Nvidia at 140, and they have updated it to be 200. Yes, 200 after the split. Basically, they are saying that in the next year, Nvidia stock will be worth more than $5.5 trillion. So it's almost twice as much as Microsoft. Maybe it can be. As I've said before, AI applications are numerous, and Nvidia are playing an integral part in this. But I think 200 is a bit too much. We are, for now, staying with our expectation of 160, at least until we see some new numbers from Nvidia from their next quarterly review. That's all for now. Thank you very much for staying with us. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next video. Take care.